review this week, as voted by you and tie broken by Amy. Dark Horse. I'm going to point it out early because, while I doubt I'm unique, I haven't seen another Dark Horse ruined with Ocean. I did it for my shields, but the damage is a little higher as well, so it's going to look a little weird, I guess. His Y, active skill, Equus Punt, slams a hoof into his foes' chests, knocking them back and dealing 1 star's worth of physical damage. Has the physical damage trait, the bashing damage trait, and the knockback trait. This is among the most underwhelming active skills in the game. It does hardly any damage. While it does hit multiple foes, it only hits 1 row and the knockback is insignificant. This skill is technically better than nothing, but I don't bother with this skill at all. I rate this as a 1-star skill. His green skill, Bronco Boot, puts a little mustard on it, launching a double hoof kick that deals 1 star's worth of physical damage to nearby foes and stuns them for 2 seconds. Guaranteed to stun foes skill level or lower. Has the physical damage trait and the bashing damage trait. Similar to Equus Punt, except it's a passive attack and it stuns instead of pretending to knock back. Not much better except for the stun. I like stun. I rate this as a 2-star skill. His blue skill, Y the Long Face. At the start of battle, Dark Horse pounds the ground and grants all allies a number shown health shield that lasts for 6 seconds. Has no traits. This is Dark Horse's signature skill. It's always been one I liked and now scales with skill power instead of level/expertise, which improves it greatly. This isn't an overwhelming shield versus all and should never break. It's just a stopgap, and that's how it should be looked at. It certainly could benefit from better scaling, but it can't because of Berserker. Shields now also prevent energy drain if it prevents the damage from those attacks, which is why you lose 300 from Bone Dragon, but not the pulses and anyone else that drains it as part of an attack. Better, stronger, and more useful. I rate this as a 5-star skill. His purple skill, 400 horsepower, kicks in the Dark Magic Turbo, gaining 360 strength. Has no traits. The name bothers me. Eventually this will get to 400 and I'm going to be so happy that my OCD isn't triggered. Why can't they just tie the number to the skill? Anyways, stats as skills are a complete waste in my opinion. I rate this as a 1-star skill. His orange legendary skill, 2-Trick Pony. Y the Long Phase's maximum duration is now 10 seconds. The shield is guaranteed to prevent any disables from skills under level 134. Other disables have their duration reduced by 50%. Has no traits. This skill is unlocked when you promote to orange and then do 3 quests. Now I'm going to point out that these have changed since I did it, so I know one part is different now, but I'm not certain if it's changed otherwise. This, in my opinion, is one of, if not the hardest legendary to unlock. Quest 1. Marshal your forces. Sacrifice 5 sweatbands of Bewitching. These suck, and they're the easiest part. Quest 2. 1 hero enters. Sacrifice 6,000 fight pit tokens. This will vary, but 6,000 fight pit tokens aren't just lying around. Not only does it take a while to finish, but it halts progress on another hero's stars. Quest 3. A good defense. Sacrifice 10 Dark Horse's crude shields. These cost me 2,000 each, and they've since been lowered to 1,000. This one was easier for me because I had them lying around, but ultimately it varies. These do only appear in the shop, in the war shop, when the quest is active. So they won't appear otherwise, you can't even stock up on them ahead of time really. For the most, it's likely to halt progress on another hero stars and take a while too. It's not really a second trick per se. It's like he can escape the water tank while chained upside down, except now he can do it blindfolded. That's not really a second trick, that's adding on to one trick. Now stun, petrify, blind, silence, and because it's going to be ever more relevant soon, conversion is considered a disable. This is a fantastic skill though, and instantly a top tier, worth the considerable effort it takes to get it. Scales significantly higher than its actual level without effort. The disables only work when the shield is actively up, as far as I know. I rate this as a 5-star skill. Dark Horse's suggested runes are Tree for plus 15% health, Mist for plus 40% magic resist, and Hail for plus 30 accuracy. Hail is a mystery to me. I'm not sure why it's favored over Rock for plus 30% armor. I prefer an unconventional setup, still using Tree, but then going with Ocean for plus 25% skill power. Dark Horse's shield was changed to skill power, and that's when I made the switch. His optimal keystone should be larger shielding and strength. His optimal major primary for Ocean are skill power. For a tank set, health, magic resist, armor, or dodge, whatever's applicable. His optimal minor primary should be larger shielding or expertise. For tertiary stats, whichever you missed as a primary, Dark Horse should have larger shield and expertise if possible. He also benefits from movement speed, tenacity, armor penetration, fury, conservation, accuracy, bashing, and lifesteal, none of which outweigh larger shields or expertise. Where do I use Dark Horse? I do not use him in Boss Pit. I do use him in Titan Temple, particularly on high level ones with a Berserker. I do use him in Coliseum. I do use him in Fight Pit. I do use him in Expedition every day. I do use him in War, although he is a bit of a throwaway here, more than most places. Worth noting, I do use him in new campaigns and challenges, except for Dragon, obviously, and Mountains. Dark Horse protects everybody. I've always enjoyed running high DPS, low health heroes with him since he'll allow them more time to charge up, and now that his shield is skill power based, he works great with Moondrake, which, coincidentally, is a large number of those aforementioned DPS. At legendary levels, he works exceptionally well with Berserker, and against Medusa and Bone Dragon. The easiest counter for Dark Horse is either Legendary Cosmic Elf or Legendary Groovy Druid. If you don't have those, heavy area attack damage, or heroes who can get behind him and get into the meat, like Ninja Dwarf, Rabid Dragon, Goblin Trio, or Spiky Dragon. I've always loved Dark Horse, and I've been a little guarded not to overrate him, even though he has always been a staple for me. But now that shields were given energy during protection, his shield is skill based and just scales so much higher, and his legendary protects against disables. Overall, I rate Dark Horse as a 5-star hero. Definitely worth getting. Unquestionably a must-have, even though his DPS is still a joke. Thank you for watching. I welcome your comments. What do you think of this hero? You're also welcome to rate and subscribe. Be sure to check out my Twitter in the first 24 hours to have your vote on who I review next, as well as Discord and Patreon, which are all in the description. Now perhaps, more videos? You know you want to.